What is popping, everybody? What is going on? Beautiful slate of sports today, and I know it's a beautiful day outside. So let's find some winners. Let's get to the beach and let's have a good one. Welcome on in. We're using Pick the Odds today. Shout out to one of the best sports betting tools out there. We have a nice MLB slate. We're gonna get right into it. We're gonna bet some positive EV. We're going to find some ARBs. We're going to find some live bets. We're going to, tackle this MLB slate. I'm going to check the sports books in a hot sec and see, what boosts we have so we can find some plays for that. And let's get after it. As always, give me 12 seconds to get this quick promo out that we are live. Live now. Perfect. We're having a great day. Chat is open as always. So if you guys have any comments, any games, when we look at anything you want me to discuss, whether it even be like breaking down my filters or whatnot. I had a couple of DMs actually over the past week asking about my filters. I think tomorrow I'll go over them. I want to make a video just to post on YouTube on our channel. If you guys don't subscribe to our YouTube yet, please do at Go Bet Smart on YouTube, same as on X. Be very much appreciated because there's a lot of content coming. I've been saying this for a while, but now we are officially ready to launch that in the next week. We're doing some stuff with our dev to get some things going on the site, betsmart.co, to reflect some of the stuff we're doing. And now we are almost like entirely set. We have a bunch of videos ready in the pipeline, as in like recorded already. Of course, featuring Pick the Odds, some other tools, but definitely going to do a video in the next week, breaking down my exact filters as well as just utilizing the filters from Pick the Odds so you guys can see how this amazing tool works. I'm also going to be at Bet Bash next week. So if anybody's going to be at Bet Bash in the comments, let me know. I'd love to link, meet, shoot the shit, have a good time. So one more quick promo just to get the viewers going. I'll be looking at my other computer just for actually not for much normally. With Pick the Odds streams, there's normally everything, because it's such an amazing tool. They have everything that we need in one place. So just one more quick retweet of this, and now we're good to go. So let's find some ARB, let's find some EV, let's find some winners, and let's have ourselves a day. I know it's definitely like a beautiful day outside. I'm sure, at least on the East Coast, I don't know the rest of the country, but let me load up my phone quickly. Normally on stream, when I try to go on the apps, I have location problems, so I can't get down, so I get it on my phone. But let me see what boosts we have, or at least I have available in New York. Hopefully you guys have more available in your states. Sometimes it's like state by state, player by player, but we have a 30% profit boost on FanDuel, any bet, so it doesn't need to be a parlay, which is lovely. We've had a really great run on these, hitting some home runs or some doubles as well with that boost. So we're looking to definitely capitalize there. But FanDuel on my phone is logging out. What's going on there, bro? Let me check DK. I'll keep it to the most popular books. If you guys have any boosts, let me know in chat, because I could still find some EV for you guys there. I just can't ride with the boys. 51% same game parlay boost to use on any hits bets in tonight's Mariners Rays game. I'm assuming there's an MLB wide, I don't know what I'm missing for that. We got a 15% profit boost for MLB parlay, and up to 105% boost on DK. One of those stepped ups. Interesting. Okay, so we have a lot. We're gonna find DK. We're gonna find FanDuel. We're going to do absolutely everything. We have one live game. We got games starting. This is starting any second, but the rest of the slate is later tonight. So maybe we will find a live in one of these spots. I have Waldrop going in fantasy, so rooting for a big Waldrop game. He's pitching well. Let's see if that can continue. But let's do a quick ARB run, see if we can capitalize on a pregame ARB so everybody can make money to start the stream like we always do, and then can utilize that. But unfortunately, no pregame ARBs available. A lot of live tennis. If you guys are on Pick the Odds, you can use it for free if you're not utilizing it. And also the entire odds screen is free, I think, for another week or so. I'll fact check that for the boys, and shout out to Pick the Odds for doing that, because they updated this UI and it's really, really so great. I really like what they did. It's very subtle. They didn't do like an entire overhaul. Not like it needed an overhaul, but it did made some very subtle changes, and I think they really did a great job. So I want to see just for you guys, yep, through August 19th. So you guys got 10 more days of Pick the Odds odd screen for free, full speed. So definitely a time. I know they know what they're doing. Gotta, get you guys hooked for football season. And guess what? If you guys aren't hooked yet, it's a good thing to be hooked to Pick the Odds. But let's do a quick EV run. Let's lock in some bets, and then we'll do a little bit of that. We'll manually go through the odd screen, see some market averages, look at some line tracking, and lock in bets for those boosts. Now, are we getting crazy here? We have this guy, Pedro Martinez, is getting murdered, but I'll see if it's even available on DraftKings. What's the quote? If anybody gives you 100 to 1 on anything, you got to take it. I was looking at a Nerfy. Plus, I mean, this is still in play. It looks like he's probably chalked or absolutely chalked, but there is value to bookmaker and Profit X on this. It's gone, but that's funny. That was a big live underdog in tennis. But let's scroll through. We're gonna pause here. We're gonna ignore some lots for now. This is still available. I mean, if you guys are if $50 is your bet, then that's a good look there. Brown Super Bowl, Shadur MVP, OPY, RTY. Listen, fam, I know there's a lot of bias for my boy fam. Hell of a guy. If you guys aren't following fam on X, definitely do. Listen, Shadur did what he needed to do last night. A lot of haters. Still not gonna lie. A hater, yeah, he played against the Panthers first team, but we know the Panthers defense is nothing to write home about. But listen, I'm rooting for anybody's success, not rooting anybody's downfall. So no future odds though on PTO. Not many tools do have future odds, so can't dive into those markets. If anybody at PTO is watching right now, if you find a way, I'm sure the APIs are tough for that, but that would be awesome. A little Darton Varsho here, 7-1. I'm limited MGM, so I'm sure I could probably do a better job getting around that. But I'm curious if they do have boosts. You guys can let me know in chat. It's never, Brad. Commanders, first Browns, Super Bowl, book it right now. JD5 MVP, Shadur Sanders, offensive rookie of the year. Book it. This is a good bet. Just from a pricing perspective, let's look at the line movement here. Let me know, guys, if MGM though has any boost, because I will gladly cook up something for you guys there. But unfortunately, like I said, I won't be able to tail for a good amount of coin. But Circa has been sitting at their 5.6-1, just sitting there. Novig opened a little bit higher, but has bet down just a tad. Profit X, very similar. Let's look at the liquidity in these two markets. Only $96 on the over. Novig 262. If you guys aren't using Novig, it's really an amazing exchange. You can get a 25 purchase match up to $25 if you use promo code BetSmart. So if you use promo code BetSmart, you deposit 25, you get a free $25 to play with from Novig. So definitely take advantage. We're going to be betting on Novig a ton, not just today and tomorrow on stream, because I'm streaming tomorrow, but honestly, until I'm done gambling, which hopefully is, never. So if Novig's not in your arsenal yet, I recommend. But let's just confirm that this is available on MGM, because there definitely is expected value here. So if 725, I think we track that and we root for Varsho Dinger, because this is 4.6% expected value. On Pick the Odds, 4.6% EV. I have it set to $50 just because, ease of calculation. But of course, you guys could have your Kelly criteria on the, or if you want to stake a higher or just a flat bet, however you want to dice it, Pick the Odds does the calcs for you. But we're going to track a Dalton Varsho home run. Actually curious, because I'm not a math whiz. I use Pick the Odds to do my math for me, but I am curious what at FanDuel. Not that we would bet it there with the 725 being such a great price at MGM, but I am curious what that is with the 30% boost at 560, because I need that little mathematical help there. But we got Snell going for the Dodgers, who might be dead in the water, boys, honestly. But let's see. We're looking at for Dalton Varsho. 560, just curious. Yeah, it's only 7:30, so we weren't going to do it anyway because it just wouldn't have made sense. But we're going to track this. Pick the Odds bet tracker is still in beta. I cannot wait for them to drop it. I say this every single week. just because it's true. Let's see. Tracker's not loading here. Again, it's in beta, but there we go. First bet of the day: Dalton Varsho over home runs. I'm going to say $7.14. If you guys want to have the $50, I'm assuming we all are betting more. Honestly, hate to assume if you guys are betting less, there's no big deal. We use this time in these streams to build your bankroll, but this is a play. So, oh, it's down to 7-1. Did we miss a move here? No, it's still the 725. So, Dalton Varsho locked in 700 at 365. But if you have 365, you should have MGM unless you're limited at both, which is highly likely. So we're starting off big with the dinger. Can't complain about that. Definitely we'll bet some tennis. Now all the football's populating, which is great. I know betting football early, of course, is the move, generally speaking. Like NFL, when we're streaming, we're going to be betting on, Sunday games, Monday, Tuesday. Of course, being privy to injury news, or as privy as we can be. A Vladdy dinger. I think I saw Be Better post this play, and I know the head of Be Better, hell of a guy. He's a Canadian, loves his Vlad. He's always been Vladdy dinger. From an EV perspective, like this is just a play. Like I don't really want to. I know we're betting on two Blue Jays in the same game, but we'll pull up MGM again quickly, and we're curious what this SGP pricing is. But these are two positive expected value legs straight, and if you parlay them, you're compounding that. Not letting us parlay. I'm going to try to build it manually, but that 425 is a play. So I'm going to quickly go and, oh wait, it's 450 we wanted. Okay, so we have it on pause, which is probably why some of these lines aren't updating in time. I pause it for the content, but when you're betting EV, you definitely don't want to be pausing just because you can do it ever. It really honestly makes you bet more efficiently, but you could miss out on some stuff. But at 425, there still definitely is expected value with a market average of 350. We didn't lock it in just yet. But I want to go back to MGM just out of curiosity here because I don't know if there's just like DraftKings where there's like a same game parlay tab or if they're just literally not letting me bet a parlay here. But it says SGP here. Maybe there's lineup news as well. But we have Vladdy and who are we looking for? Varsho. What are the odds? They're not telling us the odds. I mean, it's MGM, so them doing wonky stuff, I couldn't be less surprised about. But the fact that they're not showing the odds, what? Okay. I'm going to chalk that up to MGM just doing what MGM does, and not being a great book, but we'll keep moving. I'm not tracking Vladdy. We're in on Varsho. We got a good price. It looked like it moved as well, so we got in. And now we're moving on. So let's see what else we can find. We have a Novig, Charlie Morton below liquidity for a strikeout prop for Mr. Morton on his new squad. Some football. I'm looking. Obviously, we can bet some football today. Like we really can. I already bet 2 NFL games from Pick the Odds. I bet one actually this morning. I'm going to check the market there. We'll talk some NFL, of course. I know we want winners for today, and we're going to find winners for today, undeniably. But out of respect, we're going to, of course, look at some NFL. Let's see. The EV, there's not a ton for the MLB right now. Damn, Snell over K's, but it's at Novig. Novig is the best price and has some big liquidity on the over. Makes me a little. I think I need to do a better job with my strikeout EV. Let's put it that way. I know I said this before last year and I was going to dive into it. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow, honestly, on stream. Just because I know right now we have some games we want to find some winners. But tomorrow, I'll dive into the calcs because I want to adjust them. I actually might even make a full new one and do a full dive. That actually might be the move. And just literally start from scratch and just I already know principlistically what I want to do. But not a great run through. And that's nobody's fault. It's just the market. We obviously have the boost, and we're not leaving here without those boosts locked in. But I want to check the NFL market. I was listening to Circle Back the other day. I don't know if you guys listen. If you guys don't, it's a hell of a podcast. Shout out to the whole team there at the Hammer. They were talking about content creation and versus sharp betting, right? And they were talking about how obviously if you're talking about games, you're not going to be finding an edge if I'm like, yeah, Patrick Mahomes is so good. He's playing the Bills. It's going to be Mahomes versus Allen. Like, yeah, everybody knows that, right? Everybody has an opinion when it comes to the NFL. But hopefully we can get you guys, or I can get you guys some nuggets that can help you guys do better at handicapping. So after that conversation, it made me think, because obviously there's an entertainment aspect, and I hope you guys are, enjoying your time rocking along with me. And we've had such an amazing stretch. We've been doing this for almost 3 months now. And what we've done with Pick the Odds and our EV calcs that came with, once we finally gotten to our groove, we've been cooking. So it's been like a really fun. We've had a couple of course, bad days. It's literally inevitable. NFL's not loading for me though. Odd screen. I want to look at some NFL, man. I think again, let's go. This is probably why. Let's go with filters, because I probably have like the dates. Show all live games. Yes, of course. Within limit results. I don't want any limitations on the results. I don't want a time frame. Again, just looking at this, I know it's we're just getting ourselves situated, but the fact that you have all this customization again speaks to how amazing Pick the Odds is. All right, NFL is not. Oh, there we go. Okay, because we have some preseason playing today as well. If you find a preseason bet, of course you're in. I have not been paying attention to information though. If you guys aren't familiar, which hopefully we are at this point, but if not, better late than never. NFL preseason is all an information game, so if you can kind of know who's starting, who's not, who's how many plays somebody's going to play, how many drives stars are going to get or not get, then beating the market to that. Even if you do lose, like I know, for example, the Colts the other night, they were -1 or open, maybe -2 at open. And, Richardson, of course, started that game, got knocked out, and they ended up getting shelled anyway. They got shellacked. But I don't think that's like anybody's, you're going to make good bets and they're going to lose. Football is a high variance sport as they get, probably the highest. I'm sure there is data out there. So if anybody has those metrics, I would love to see them directly. But I bet the Chiefs at 155 at DK 2 days ago. Unfortunately, not there anymore. But still at 160 at MGM, and looks like 159 at Rivers. There is expected value there. I know it's in 27 days. It's on the road. Of course, there was a Slater injury. Going to be like game 1 of the season, and it's in Brazil. But I bet the Chiefs at -155, and I bet the Falcons this morning. Let me pull up the slip just so I don't quote the wrong price. I'm not saying it's a pass post just to talk some ball, but I got 120 at DK. This 110 is still as EV though at Caesars, and of course I'm talking about this now and literally in 29 days from now, which is a good thing and a bad thing. A good thing because there's NFL in 29 days. A bad thing, so you have to wait 29 days. But I'm talking about this plus 120, some line value. Next thing we know, this there could be negative value, as that could be plus 175 at kickoff. But it was just out of kind of curiosity there of what was going on. I would say though that this 159 at Rivers is definitely playable, as you can see what the odds screen is telling you it is. Kind of up to your appetite on if you want to wait, not wait, or how you want to go about it. But there is expected value in the early NFL market, and I know that respected services have been putting out plays, and it makes sense. Markets. Actually, let's see if this is still. Oh, this is opening night here. I want to pull up. Like, where's Circa? I want to pull up and see if Circa's liquidity here. Let's see if we can find them. I shortened this just because I wanted to show only books just so we could see, just for like stream sake. But let's pull up the big boys, some sharp ass books, and let's look at the liquidity there, because that's always going to be a big thing. Or the limits, liquidity limits, interchangeable. But okay, so currently this is week 1. Penny is taking 2K. No data on Circa though, which is it is what it is. We could still take a look at the chart and the pricing here, which is another amazing feature. Pick the odds. A lot of odds screens do have this as they should, but can see kind of where things have been moving. And Penny, if we pull up Penny with the chart, no, we're not tracking this. I mean, that's also the wrong game. I'm clicking the wrong buttons. That's me being dumb. It would be great if they showed the price at all these changes. Some odd screens do. Doesn't take away from the overall functionality because they have the liquidity, but still, that's a nice thing. But enough NFL for now. Unless you guys have NFL questions, I'll gladly talk NFL for days, but I'll also gladly talk MLB for days because we want to find ourselves some winners and we have some boosts to use. DraftKings, FanDuel, we're not getting out of the stream until we have bangers, EV plays. Let's do another quick run through the EV screen just so we can find some locks. Right now we have one play locked in, a home run bet. And while those are all EV and they're great, of course, we want to try to find some, I want to say like real plays. That's absolutely not the case, but you guys, I think, know what I mean. Jackson Holiday at Rivers. Let's just look at the pricing here. 450, 700 at Rivers. I know Rivers isn't that accessible. I'm not really going to track a home run at Rivers. I'll track some other stuff because it is like relatively accessible. We're talking pure EV, 6.8%, 7.14, $7.14 if you have a $50 bet using that number. I mean, I might as well make it 100 for ease of use. Hopefully, if you guys are betting more, of course, that's great. If you guys are still starting your bankroll and building, $50 is of course fine, but we'll do where is it? So many settings, which is amazing. Flat stake, we'll change it to 100. I feel like it'll just be like easier overall, even though we just multiply everything by 2. But might as well just get rid of any math because PTO can do the math for you, which is part of the amazing value prop of the amazing tool. Pausing just for ease of looking, but as we see these numbers go up, no big deal because it's just the same concept, same price, same edge. Just means bet more to your bankroll. So Jackson Holiday home run. Now this didn't change because I have to go into every single one. Like for example, that's a different bet type that I have. I have player props, filters. I have my custom filter for home runs, and within home runs. And again, this might seem tedious, but I'm going to tell you why this is the least tedious thing in the world. It's the most helpful thing in the world because, again, you're going to have home run props and money lines. The truth of the matter is you can get down on an NFL side, as we saw with Pinnacle, 29 days in advance, $2,000. Unless you're a whale with a, clean account at FanDuel, you're not getting, even at that point, unless you're a VIP, then you probably kind of get 2K down, but you're not getting 2K down. So, yeah, in this instance, it seems annoying to go in and have to I changed it there but it didn't work, like what do you do? But the fact that you can change it by market, by sportsbook, is incredible because from there now you can have, if your home run bets or you want to bet quarter Kelly for home runs but you want to flat bet spreads, done. You put in the filters and the math is done for you. So quick but important tangent, I think, because like that is the power of this. And I think I convinced myself tomorrow I am 100% going to build an entirely new filter. It's going to be the same principles realistically of the filter I have now, just because it's been working, though I'm sure there are some changes, but I'm going to do a whole EV build, but we're going to tease that for tomorrow. But right now we're going to find winners, and I'm doing a bad job because we only have one bet placed, but not really our fault. Or PTOs. We're giving what the market, we're taking what the market is giving us. A little bit of action over there in the Bronx. We could definitely live bet either of those two games. We'll pull up the odds screen. I have nothing. This is the first bets I've taken besides that Falcons, but I actually bet this morning at 5 a.m. I was up. I was on PTO because why wouldn't I be? And I gotta like snipe there. All right, Ober K's. I'm staying away from the K's because I think my DVIG is wrong. So that's the only reason why I'm staying away from K's with this right now. And don't want to. I'd rather track on the side than lose money or tell chat to tail that. So okay. Oh, so we have some preseason here. Hard Rock Fanatics, neither are widely available, but that being said, I think they're available enough where I don't feel, bad. Again, if I say like, if we're seeing it just for the chat's sake, like this is a good example. You only have, FanDuel's the only book you use, which is a mistake, but if FanDuel's the only book you use, and say we ended up taking this or tracking this, don't bet the 130 at FanDuel. The market average is 127. You're taking a bad bet. So just for reference there, in case anybody needed that reminder. Listen, there's not a ton, and again, it's not anybody's fault. So we're going to do it the old-fashioned way. We're going to go to the odds screen. We're going to look at the market itself. We're going to look at the averages, and we're going to use the boosts, which are going to help us find some really good bets. So let's go to the odds screen. We've had a lot of success in the RBI market for the last week or so. So let's look there, though. We're going to be market agnostic. I'm pulling up DK on my phone again, just because we have the stepped up. Like, we could put together a 10 legger. Like we can. If I'm sure we could find 10 bets that fit the bill. But the 15% 3-leg parlay, absolutely, and the FanDuel 30% are no-brainers here. MLB, I need to check this because my best boy Waldrep, 5 innings, 1 hit, 1 walk, 6 Ks. That's my boy. I'm in a must-win fantasy, and he's dealing. But I have Stowers and Augustine as well. So the strikeouts, if they're striking out, that's going to be cutting into the points. But only 1 minus point there. So all right, I know nobody cares, but had to take a check. Yankees 2-1. All right, so we're going to go, and this is what we've been doing. We've been looking at the total. So we're using the market to guide us, and we've been looking at games with high totals. Then we've been diving into those games and looking for some plus money props where we could find some EV. So with that principle in mind, we're going to, and again, that sounds pretty simple, is because it is. I'm not saying that that's like a foolproof method for winning, but because obviously games fly under, fly over, etc. But it's a good benchmark to use the market there. Erod Rockies. And then also use a little bit of ball knowledge always. Montas, of course, gets tagged, but if we're talking ball knowledge, this game, I know it was a little bit of a stinker last night. O's, A's, in terms of runs scored. If you're betting on the O's, you were very happy there. I'm going to pull up the score quickly because I forgot what it was, but I think it was 3-2. So the A's did end up scoring, but to me, there are 2 teams that should be scoring a run. So let's go to player props, RBIs. We're looking for the FanDuel 30% first, though we can find legs for DraftKings if we need. Though this is already EV for Urshela. I don't know where Urshela's batting in the order. Let me pull up underdog on my other monitor quickly so we can confirm the lineup. PTO does have like lineup confirmation to let you know when the lineups are confirmed, but I want to know where guys are in the batting order just for the obvious reasons for that. Okay, Astros are out. Obviously, they're playing. Orioles is locked in, but the A's lineup is not confirmed. Stanton's playing the outfield today. Boone's lost his shit. That's what that means. Orioles. Okay, so we have Holiday, Westberg, Henderson, Rushman, Mountcastle, Mayo, Jackson, Carlson, Allen. Urshela is a athletic. So because we know the BA, the batting order, let's look at some Orioles. Now Mountcastle went yard in his return, plus 130, market average 155. With the 30% boost, I'll check on my phone what it is just so we can always be like on the same page. But already from a pricing perspective, I don't really love that at all, honestly. Let's look at Novig. Was that 65, but they didn't get bet back, or orders came back. Same with that DraftKings, probably copying because why wouldn't they? Went the other way at FanDuel. We can zoom out a little bit, get a fuller scope of the market movement over the time of the day. Mountie, no. We could definitely project the A's lineup pretty easily though, because they've been playing a pretty standard or pretty consistent lineup. Jackson Holiday, 180, batting the leadoff spot with a 30% boost. Will probably have some value. 230 at Unibet's best. I was looking for Gunner though, and I don't know why I am blind, but there is 120, 140 at Novig, of course, sporting that great price. Fanatics 150, market average 130. We're not forcing, boys. This is a tedious task. Obviously, when we bet an EV and you just go through it. But we're doing our due diligence to find some locks. And we can again. I would recommend if you guys have your laptop or on your phone, have DK and FanDuel open at the same time, because if we find a leg that fits into the DK boost, we'll just put that in there regardless. And we'll just kind of build that out as we go. But so I'm not just looking for FanDuel. I've been looking for both but nobody we've looked at so far has fit our bill. Lawrence Butler been down the order 205, 225 at 365 is a good price. We don't have to only bet RBIs. We can, of course, go any which way we want, but RBIs have been good to us. Let's go back to the screen and look at another high total game, and continue on this process. Big Perkins, Montez, Tobias, Noah Cameron, Bailey Ober, excuse me, Cubs Cards. Game 2 of the doubleheader there. D-backs, no. Rays Mariners is going to be the total's 8.5. Let's switch that. Let's see what it is. I think it looks like 8's probably more standard. Yeah, 8's more standard across the board to the under, which I'm not shocked at, but Penny having the best price. All right, we can just go game by game. We don't, because again, if it's a lower total, it's a good better chance of finding some EV as well. So don't get me wrong there. Tigers against lefties, maybe not. Reds Pirates. Now I know both teams, the Reds at least always kind of can stink, but the Pirates always can stink, but the Reds have not had a good time scoring this season either. But I do want to take a look at this one because this could be a good spot for it. Not many lineups out just yet, though. I assume they'd be trickling in shortly. O'Neill Cruz. See, 170 at DK, and one best price is 173 at Novig, naturally. Only $40 liquidity, more liquidity on the under. But let's look at HRR for that, because with the DraftKings boost, we could build out both of them and decide to use which boost we want, whether that be the stepped up or the 3-leg 15% boost. But 110 at DK, 131 at PX. A lot more liquidity, though, on the under. I like this. I like this a lot. O'Neill Cruz has been a lot better. Maybe this could be for the stepped up. I'm gonna put this in the bet slip on DraftKings. We're building this low and slow. I know we could miss out on value if the odds move because it has happened to us while we're live. And it's the nature of the game. But I'm putting this in the bet slip. O'Neill Cruz over 1.5 hits and runs RBIs. Wouldn't play it straight because there's no EV on it straight. But with the boost, whichever one we end up using, it will be EV. So yeah, enough said. We'll circle back. That's a good look. Let's just go game by game, because if there's EV, like, it doesn't matter what the total is if there's EV, right? Like, I mean, definitely has an impact. Not saying that it doesn't matter, but for our case, and where we're looking for some good numbers, it doesn't necessarily matter. Like, even here, Young Ho Lee, 210 on a ribby. Let's look at some movement here. Novik 214, but with the boost again, we're going to have more value. But this one has shot the other way, so maybe not. The Nationals are just disgusting, man. Like, we can click into everybody, but there's just no point. 160 at DK, 175 Fanatics. That's EV if you guys have Fanatics accounts. That's the best price in market with an average of 162. But Scoops at 160 with the boost. He's heating up a little bit. So basically DK. It's bounced back and forth to 160. Novig got a little bit the other way. Nothing on Penny. Not really. Don't really care what ESPN or whatever is doing, honestly. Devers RBI. That's interesting. Let's go HRR just for kind of the same way we went about Cruz. Now, this isn't like a science to do it that way, but the EV just happened to be there on Cruz. I'm not saying if you think an RBI is going to hit and there's value to then go and bet the HRR instead just because it's safer, quote unquote. No, not how it works. That just happened to still be a good price with the boost. So just want to make that clear. And this is similar, though. The minus 125 with Novig at 126. Now 140s here, 130 Bovada. Epic Fantasy with the best price. Still haven't delved into that platform, though. It does look sick from what I'm seeing. I need to learn a little bit more about the Epic Fantasy squad. Good enough to be on PTO's odds screen, so definitely a worthwhile out. I've just never played around with the platform. But this actually looks good. So I'm going to add Scoops into this. This game starts at 4:05, so not like we are that crunched on time. But Rafi Devers has been heating up. HRR for Devers. 125. That's in the slip now. So we got 2 in the DraftKings slip. If we find something at FanDuel that pops, we're gonna bet it. So don't think I forgot. I don't know which one we're gonna use, if it's whether it's a stepped up or just a 3-legger. We're gonna find out. Leaning toward 3-legger or stepped up for this one, just because of the odds. Because if I guess we'll find out. Of course, the degenerate, because everyone has a degenerate in them, right? Let's just be real here. The degenerate in me wants to cook, at least a 10-1 with the boost. But what's wrong with the 4.5-1 that wins? Absolutely nothing. It could be an SGP too, so not like we have to go game to game, but I think we're doing a good job here. Angels, Tigers. We'll start at RBIs because it has been good to us. No, sir. I also don't know who you are. What's Mike Trout at? 145, 152, 165 or 365. Say that 3 times fast. Okay. FanDuel. It's really gotten hit for Mikey T against Uncle Charlie. Two veterans, 2 of the old men. We're gonna do it again, just again to compare. Like honestly, we've gotten lucky, but it just had made sense. Like here already, it doesn't make sense because it's 135. I know we're boosting, but with a 120 at MGM, you could just bet that there straight and call it. So we're not doing that just to say we did. But this Mikey T RBI, I'm going to track this 365 because I think that there is expected value there as well. I'm pulling it up quickly on 365 just to make sure it exists. I'm not in a 365 state, so that's just unfortunate for me. And I'm sure a lot of people watching are limited here and are probably like, why are you wasting my time on this limiting ass book 165? So it is there, but sometimes they mix up. If you do not over under, but you like 1+, they change the odds. Not doing it here. So 165, I'm tracking that. I feel like we don't not have degeneracy. It is a bet that's worth making. So let's track that. Do we put this 145 in the slip? We're sticking to an HRR. We don't have to stick to the same bet types in the slip. Don't get me wrong. For like a content perspective, makes things look a little bit better. But I'm curious about runs as well. 104 at Rivers, because runs is a good market. A little underrated in my opinion. EV to FanDuel, though. Sometimes FanDuel, because they don't offer unders, can juice up those prices. I talk about that a lot. Also, we don't have to just look at how's Riley Green. I feel like he's been a little bit off lately. I could be wrong. Did he get hurt? I feel like I read that. Yeah, he's on the lineup. I don't know what happened to oh my god. So I'm on Underdog on my other screen. I guess I'm allowed to do this, but let me share this tab quickly. I don't know if you guys saw this. I'm not gonna go volume. I don't want to get myself banned on any platform, so I'm not like clicking into this. It's a tweet, so like hopefully I can't get like banned on accident. You see that robbery? Jerickson Profar. That saved me fantasy points on Waldrep, not allowing that earned run and that hit. But I have Augustine, so that would have been nice to catch a little home run there. Just because I don't know the rules of streaming and like showing content, I'm gonna pretend that didn't happen. That was an accident, but damn, what a freaking catch. Holy crap. Riley Green on the lineup, so we move. Torque's been torquing. This is for runs. So hard with FanDuel sometimes. We'll find a home run at FanDuel. I feel like that's just going to be like what happens. RBIs though, 150, 165 at 365. See how this has moved. See what Novig's been doing with this number. Straight up, probably liquidity is low. Not as low as I would have thought realistically, based on the lack of movement. Actually, pretty solid to be honest. If you guys aren't a Novig, by the way, I'm going to say it all the time, and not because I want you guys to use the promo, because you guys are sleeping unless you are using Novig. But promo code BetSmart, you will make yourself some money just by signing up with promo code BetSmart. So please do yourself a favor. I'm moving to another game. Like these are teams where like I really don't know, and I don't want to like only hone in on like the guys that everybody knows. Like That being said, I do feel more confident, not from like a bias perspective, but from just like a, you know, you know what you get with some guys. Yaz has been cooking. Is there value on his HRR here? 130. It's 110 at Novik with very low liquidity. 145. 132 is the average though. Here though, there's not like this isn't like a robust market. I love Bobby today from a ball knowing perspective, and the market says, yeah, us too. But this 165 is best to market by a minute. That's a track, I think, honestly. Let me pull it up on my phone. I mean, we can click it here, but I'm on my phone for the building the slip. I think this is a no-brainer for the DraftKings promo. Honestly. Yeah. I mean, there's not a lot to base it off of from the market average perspective. But with that being said, how low is it? 160. I mean, again, it's hard to compare, but we're talking ball knowledge, which of course is doesn't have ball knowledge these days. I'm adding Bobby Witt 2+, so it's an alternate line. Hits runs RBIs OU is 2.5, but I'm betting the Bobby Witt 2+ 165 is in the slip. So with the boost at 3 legs, it's 520. Now we can add more legs. It's not letting me see what the stepped up would be. Maybe I'm not reading the rules properly. Let's make sure. Minimum odds for a leg it has to be 4+, which is why it's not showing up. So let's add one more leg, then we can decide to use the stepped up and keep building upon this for the stepped up, or we can get rid of a leg and just rock the 3 that we have already, or we can just build this out to higher than that another 3-legger because we're betting EV. Awesome. So let's keep going. Okay. Now we don't have to stay in only one player because we can keep finding, but it's working. Bobby Witt RBI 135. This could be worth the boost at FanDuel, honestly. Let's isolate FanDuel. It was down to 140. It's been going back and forth, but now it's sitting stagnant at 135. But with the boost, that's going to be the best to market by a long shot. Better than Novig with good liquidity. Is that fun enough? That's the real question. I mean, from a value perspective, obviously there is a little bit more to consider in terms of what your bankroll is and what's really worth it from your perspective and what is your limit there in terms of how much can you get down on the boost. But at 176, this is a no-brainer. I think we note it. I'm keeping it in the bet slip. We can always interchange that. We also can always parlay that. Obviously, we're looking for winners, and we don't need to parlay everything, and we're not. Keeping that in the back pocket because this, just from a value perspective, is going to be great. It is great. It has a lot of things I like to see. Best price in market. Dynamics is the best, but better than market average, but in line with Novig. Just went down at Caesars, as we saw. Not that that's massive news, but it did. Well above EV, absolutely, undoubtedly, there's expected value there in terms of the market. We'll keep it in the slip. We'll lock it in. We have 3 legs for the DraftKings. We can lock in maybe. Let's speed up and not hurry, but just to we have stuff in the slip, but I don't want odds moving. We want to lock these in. We want to move on. It's a beautiful day. Get to the beach maybe. It's 3:00 here, but if you guys JRAM. Again, best price. We're just gonna do this. It hasn't been. We're not doing this again because there's this secret here. It's been working out. See here another one where it's not the move. So I just am reiterating myself because wherever you are in your betting journey, if I was a wreck or back when I was more wreck, I would think, oh, look, if I just want to bet the RBI, I might as well bet the HRR. It's safer. No, it's not how it works. No value there. With the boost, it would be a little bit of value, but not enough for our purposes. Did we look at Ribby? Yeah, we did. This is why we got here. These two teams are just so frustrating because like obviously EVs at the end of the day all that matters, right? Like how much EV are you getting? But like I have just like no concept, honestly, of like or I should say who is like really going to be like in the heart of that order producing. I have underdog. Gonna do a quick refresh there to see if any lineups came in. Maybe we can capitalize there. Reds has come in. Nationals have come in as well. We looked at the Reds game already, right? We have the slip moved. What moved in the slip, man? Something moved in the slip down to 440. We're still getting EV. It's like I hate the new DraftKings interface because I don't know which leg moved. Ugh, are we gonna just speed run through and find it? There's no need to find it, right? I'm just curious now. Again, I'm wasting time because I'm babbling. And this is also fun. Like we're having, I mean, I hope everybody's been in chat and been sticking around. So I would assume we're having fun. And I can't stress how much I appreciate you boys for locking. It was the Bobby leg as honestly expected. Blame me. Hopefully you guys got in. The RBI though, is it still a FanDuel? Is that indicative? I mean, this didn't move. All right. I'm finding one more leg quickly. And not to rush. We're maintaining process, of course. Process is the most important part. We're gonna go look at all the games at the totals. We're gonna keep kind of doing what we've been doing. Don't want to target that. Don't want to target that. That total's low. Michael King hasn't pitched in a minute. Obviously, he's a stud. But the Sox know. I mean, the Sox are young, so maybe they don't know him like that. I think this game might be mispriced, honestly, from like a total perspective. And we might try that total at Novig, honestly. RBI, Nando's batting leadoff, 175. Let's do HRR. Market average 179, so no. See, 130 at DraftKings, same price as Novik, and we're boosting. Do we add Nando? I mean, this seems hasty. Let's look at Machado. I'm not scared of Lucas Giolito, man. I know they've been kind of cooking. See, minus 140 on Machado. There's not going to be. It's worse than market average from the get-go. Yes, with the booster will become better. See, minus 105. We're talking difference of 3 cents now. For Merrill HRR. Merrill Ribby has been printing for us the last like 3 streams we've cooked with Merrill Ribby. And the best price at DK is 185, and same as Novig, and this will slip. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to do HRR 105. I want to also look at some Sox. It's Bregman. Plus 105 at ESPN. Plus 110. This is a bet here. Let's just confirm it's there. This might just be this is a straight bet. That's off the off the beaten path here. This was not part of the plan of action, but I thought it mattered to me. Best price in market by a minute, 104, 110 MGM. Quick little glance here. It did move the wrong way, as in like it went from 105, but like I don't really respect that movement from MGM. Novig's been sitting there. All right, good enough liquidity, $200 for these kind of markets. Average down to 104, 103 now. I don't. This is a bet. This is a track. That's a straight bet. Fun to find that not what we were planning on doing, but it doesn't really matter. We're betting EV is what we're planning on doing actually, so that fits the bill perfectly. Here though, what's the liquidity? Because people can get in on 7.5 over at Novig. 376 or 373 under with 2.4K. I'm tracking this, honestly. I think that if you guys don't have Novig, promo code BetSmart, you'll get a purchase match up to $25 when you sign up and make your first purchase. I'm tracking this. I love this bet. Red Sox, San Diego over. Let me pull up quickly what we have so far. We're not ignoring the slips. I know we've been slow. I can't wait till this goes live, but just to confirm here, we have Mike Trout RBI. I'm just writing it down also on the side here. Bregman, 2+ HRR. Varsho, that was at MGM, 725 if I remember correctly, and SD/Boss 7.5 no vig. So that was at, I think that was at -103. The odds, like, it's not, I can't wait till this is done because I expect them to like show odds book, and it'll be great just as it stands. So it needs a little bit more work. I'm just writing it down. And what was Trout RBI? I honestly don't remember at all, but we'll go find it in 12 seconds. Just for the record, because I want us to know what we have for that. Player props, RBIs, Mike Trout. It was 155 or 165 at MGM. Okay, got it down. Cool. Copy. All right, let's finish off these boosts. Bobby RBI, we still haven't committed there. We're fine. We're gonna find, like I said, one more leg so we can see like the difference between these boosts. Total Cards Cubs. I mean, the Cubs have been cold as can be, but I'm not giving up on the St. Louis Cubbies, man. St. Louis Cubbies. On the Chicago Cubbies. Like Tucker, I know he's been dog, but he's Kyle freaking Tucker, and I'm not losing faith. 145. It's not helping us out. 118 at Epic, man. I gotta check out Epic. I've been saying it. I know I've seen some tweets about it. I've seen some of the guys behind it. I think it's supposed to be a great product. I'm just not familiar with it just yet. Say it's also 145. Palente's going. PCA 135. All right, nothing really is jumping off the page there. Mets Brewers. This game has a high total. We haven't even looked at it yet. We can stick to the usual suspects. Lindor 125. I mean, 115 at 265 is a good price. We'll go back to. We're gonna build up the slip with HR because we've just been killing it. So does 130 over the market average. So we're not getting it from a good start in the first place. Alonzo 115. No, what's Yelly? Best price in market. So that's enough said, boys. We're tracking this as a straight as well. So let's do that. We can check to see if it's live. I just don't like. I know it's going to be there. I'm checking on my phone, but that's the slip. That's the DraftKings slip. I'm not waiting because that's going to move. We've seen it too many times on stream. That's going to move. So with we have two boosts. We can do the stepped up, which makes it 1091, or the 15, which is 1046. So the stepped up is actually a higher payout with the 4 legs than the 15% all parlay boost. I don't want to go crazy with the stepped up. I know there is definitely like get more value by compounding, EV like we've been doing. With that being said, I don't want to build out a 10-leg parlay. I think we build out a 3-leg plus money parlay with the other boost, and we lock this in and call it a freaking day. Just for that boost, of course. We got some more gambling to do, obviously. But that's it, boys. That's the slip. O'Neal Cruz over 1.5 hits from RBIs. Devers over 1.5 hits from RBIs. Bobby Witt Jr. alternate line, 2+ HRR, and then Yelly over 1.5 HRR. We have plus 1091 at DraftKings. My ring light camera makes it look hard to see, but I'm in. I am in. Shout out to Pick the Odds for all the assistance there. Now let's build out the rest of the let's build out the 3-leg boost that we need. We're gonna do plus money there. 3 plus money plays that have EV, the 30% FanDuel boost. I'm not sold on betting Bobby Witt with the FanDuel, but we're gonna bet both of those. Because why wouldn't we? So Let's freaking go. Let's do an EV run quickly to see if we can find anything else. Just while we wait, and we'll just keep cooking up. And it's I know a lot of you guys have been on stream, a lot of returning viewers, which I can't even stress out. I mean, overstate, I should say, definitely not stressing out. Can't overstate how much I appreciate you guys. And you guys know, if you guys know, we've been 2 of 3 or 3 of 4 on our last 3 freaking parlays. I'm not saying that as in like oh, my parlay didn't hit, bro. What am I gonna do? Just you guys know the drill at this point. He doesn't want to hit one. He doesn't want to have that fun. Okay, let's run. Pause. Let's run. Not a lot of thinking here in terms of overthinking, I should say. Of course, we're using our brains. See, like right here, Windhurst. This is over plus 105 at MGM. By far the best price in market. Let's confirm it's there. And just like that, that's another EV play. It's another great bet to make. Win, lose, or draw. I bet the Bregman, bet the Windhurst. Okay, plus 105. To FanDuel, to Bovada, to everything. A lot more liquidity on the under, but I think that's a good thing. Correct me if I'm wrong, though. Please chat, because I am not always the sharpest tool in the shed, as contrary to popular belief. Let's get this tab going. Let's go. Y in Hunt U 15.5 PO or over. What are we taking? Over 15.5 PO. Track. Plus 105. Copy. Good. In. Boom. PTO's a little bag. I'm gonna refresh quick. We have a nice amount of plays, and we still have 2 more parlays to cook, or at least 1 more parlay to cook. We can with the FanDuel if we want. Don't want to get greedy out here. We have the Bobby Witt in the slip that is currently definitely plus EV at 176 for the RBI. I know we'll be overlapping. With that being said, I don't personally ever have beef with that, because why would we? If it's EV, it's EV, and doubling down on somebody is a good thing. And a lot of people have been coming in the last couple of minutes. Welcome, and I appreciate you. I'll run through what we have. And after we'll do this EV run, then we'll look at what we have. And also just a reminder that tomorrow I'm going to build an entire EV calc, brand new, same principles, but just want you guys to see if that sounds interesting to you, and it should. One, you're with your boy. How could that not be interesting? And 2, just so you can see how I built some of these calcs. If you guys were here months ago, which I hope you guys were, and I think a lot of you were, you guys saw it, and I'm hoping you guys are playing around with it on your own, but always nice to refresh and get into that. I got 2 different cups, 1 water, 1 coffee. But always nice to just like update. I know I have a couple things I'm not in love with how I did it. I was kind of speed running it because on stream I know it's not the most fun content, but with that being said, it's a set and forget. Once you get that going, you never have to worry about it again. Shouldn't say never, because obviously books change and markets change, etc. But it should be a relative set and forget. But we haven't bet any football. The problem is, like, I know we can just bet this EV at Rivers. I know it's probably not. I know it's not a widely available book. I just hate how, like, for example, on the Wines and Hurst over, like, I see EV, I bet EV. I know the Nationals suck. I know there's some bias in just saying that. I bet that. I move on with my life. I just don't know. Like, there could be news that somebody isn't playing in the first half. I mean, this could just be Rivers being slow to the market, and honestly, it could be bad for the account health. So maybe bet a home run parlay if you bet this, but I'm tracking this. I think this is absolutely worth a bet here. If you have a Rivers, I will track it for the boys. If you have a Rivers account, definitely bet a little dinger parlay or something just to cover your tracks, as Rivers can limit. But KC first half money line. Preseason, done. Easy. We're in. Marlins are up. So okay, so my boy I'm checking my fantasy quickly, just to give you guys a vicarious sweat. I'm in playoffs week. How did my boy Waldrep do? He clearly did well, but how well is the question at hand? 17 points, but we do a 4-point booster for quality starts. And 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned is absolutely quality start. So a 21 piece from Waldrep in an elimination round of the playoffs. I have stuff to get through tonight and tomorrow, so no celebrating, not even close. But what else can you ask for from a guy getting pulled from AAA? Get your ball club a lead in the 7th if you're a Braves fan, and get your boy 21 fantasy points. All right, we're into the 1%. Obviously, like small EVs compound over time. Do a quick ARB look. Then we'll look at what we have so far. Then we'll finish building out these slips. I got to hop in like 10, 15. Obviously, having a blast with the boys, but it's Saturday. I know you guys want to get out. Hopefully, you guys are like watching from the beach or somewhere fun. Computer's lagging because I have the stupid Rivers tab open. Where's ARBs? ARBs are here. Let's see if we can find a quick ARB. So we guaranteed money. Gets a guaranteed profit because we do have a bunch of EV and like things can lose, but we can guarantee that we at least add some profit. But we got to do that pregame just because live with latency and all right, there's nothing anyway. Bovada, DK. I mean, if you guys want to get in there, if you have the ability, PTO is free tools where you can do live arbing if you want. So I would also recommend just even if you. First of all, I recommend creating an account and honestly paying for the best account that they have, their best tier, because it's awesome. But all this stuff is free to use, and the odds screen is free for the next 10 days. So that's where we're going to go back. Actually, let me go back to bet tracking just so we can see what we have. So we have 7 plays now for today. Trout over RBI, and I have the odds written down, plus 165. Varsho home run, that was at plus 725. I think we got 750 actually, but because I think it moved while we were talking, and we'll call it 725. Bregman HRR over plus 110. San Diego Boston over 7.5 minus 103 at Novig. Weisenhurst plus 105 at MGM over 15.5 outs. Yelly over 1.5 HRR. That was, I want to say, minus 110. We bet that in the parlay as well. And then we have Chiefs first half money line as well at Rivers. So that's what we have so far. Let's build out a DraftKings parlay. Let's finalize our boost for our boost for FanDuel. We're going to stick to a straight there. I don't want to get greedy. And we really just might run Bobby because there is a lot of value there. And we could just get 3 more for the DraftKings and call it a day. Okay. Yeah, this is where we want to be. Haven't live bet anything. We've just not had too much fun finding because the good thing about today is that we've had, so many games to work with. Tomorrow, we'll look at the board for tomorrow. Starts at 105. So I haven't decided when I'm going to stream yet tomorrow. I'm not doing anything crazy tonight, so it could be like an early 10 a.m.er. I love doing live streams where I have the plays where we like start betting at like say 12:30, then we can like parlay into like watching together and sweating something. That's TBD. I'll keep you guys posted on Twitter. If you don't follow me on X, by the way, please @ BetSmart. Also live streaming right now on YouTube as well as on Twitch. Shout out to people. Got people watching on YouTube, so shout out to you guys watching on YouTube. Subscribe on YouTube @ BetSmart. We are going to be dropping a ton of sports betting content. It's going to be awesome. Sports betting tool content, breaking down tools, reviews, how to use the tools to their best, honest reviews of tools, short videos as well. It's going to be awesome. Check out this Bobby line, see if there's anything moved, but I might just bet this Bobby RBI and call it a day. Actually, I'm going to check Bobby double because Bobby double is my favorite bet in all of baseball. Doubles market underrated as well. Not sure Gasper is, not going to lie. 250, 246 is the average. Now, this is the best. DK's at 255. I don't know the best DVIG for a double market. There's probably no consensus there. Let's see how FanDuel has moved. 250 went up to 240, back down to 260-ish probably. Yep. Then back to 250. I doubt you could parlay double it. Actually, I don't doubt that. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked. I would be shocked if you couldn't. I also wouldn't be shocked if you couldn't. Double. You can parlay. I mean, there's no way the odds checked out because it's 250 and a 135 to 473. So like, I'm not. There's just no way that checks out. Do we go with double for the bigger sweat? Market best price in market with 30% boost. That brings it to 326, which is by far the best in market. It did have some good movement that we'd like to see. Um, uh, I think we ripped double. 280 at Sugar House, 285. Oh, well, the market average just went down. Bet Jack. We still have the best price, of course, with the boost. Let's see if RBI moves because I don't know if maybe there was some anti-Bobby in the market. Oh, lineups probably definitely just dropped because FanDuel locked all markets. So let's refresh underdog. Rangers, no. Where is no drop? What just happened? Maybe there's a pitching change, but I didn't see it on underdog. Twins, did they drop? Twins lineup dropped. As you see, FanDuel up the market, but this just shot up to 140. So maybe we got like this is when waiting is actually played into our favor. Now we have the HRR in the slip. I mean, if Bobby doesn't hit on DraftKings, it's voided. This went back to 165. This went to 175, then back to 165. Something going on in KC. Anybody have any intel? Please feel free to drop it in chat. Underdog is not telling me right this second. Cardinals lineup just dropped. That's enough of a sign for me. I mean, I can't even bet it right now if I want to because it's closed. So I guess we gotta find another bet, man. Pull my leg. Let me use this amazing software to find another positive EV bet. Don't threaten me with a good time. Okay, let's look at lineups. We have Cardinals. Like I don't even know who plays well in the Cardinals. White Sox, same thing. Twins. NPC line I've ever seen one. Martin. I know we all know what they did. Martin, Jeffers, Lewis, Clemens, McCusker, Corey Lee, Gasper, Roden. That's a bunch of NPCs. Winning baseball games a little bit though, and we knew this was happening. Just still funny. Is there a game we didn't look at? I don't want to look at G2 of a doubleheader. We haven't looked at this at all. Because we have the Rangers who suck against lefties. DeGrom obviously dealing. We didn't look at this. Is it a Corbin Carroll day? I mean, yesterday was a free. I was talking on stream yesterday, and I was like, "Oh, odds on Corbin are trash." Obviously going yards. Then what happens? Pluto shot for Corbin. Also was looking at Corbin triple odds yesterday. They were like 750. Like I know he's Corbin Carroll, but like, bro, come on. I mean, hello there. Do we just put that into the? So we still have the DraftKings. Don't get me wrong. We still have the 3-leg DraftKings. Because we use the stepped up for that 4-leg DK that we bet. Now we hit up the 3-leg DK boost, which we're about to capitalize on. Corbin Carroll plus 115 at DraftKings absolutely qualifies for that for expected value. So I'm adding that leg. Where I'm blind. RBIs. Corbin plus 110. Ooh, so it moved. Hasn't updated here, but it has moved. Unless they have like an over under, and this is where that's yup. Or I have to go to RBIs over under because if you just do RBIs 1+, as we know, some of these rec books love to do. Shout out to PTO. Right? I was like for a second, maybe PTO is a little slow. What's going on? They're never slow. No, it's DraftKings being a scummy. PTO brings you to the right spot. So that's in the bet slip. Check. Let's keep rocking and let's find 2 more. And let's do it quickly. It doesn't have to be home runs. I mean, it doesn't have to be RBIs, but we have had a lot of success in getting close. And I know close doesn't count in gambling, but the process is OP and process over results, boys. I know we looked, but I think we were just looking at I don't think we looked at RBIs, did we? Nimmo, Soto. Yeah, no. DK is saying screw the Mets. Or screw Mets betters. Because these are going to be EV with the boost, so it's like we've been looking for where it's already EV and like compounding that, not just like making it turn into EV. It's both obviously have its merits. We ended up betting Yelly. I know. HRR, FanDuel, man. Put an underprice on FanDuel. Have some sack. Let's go back here. It's been a minute. What's Mr. Kurtz at? Ribby. See, like same price as Circus, so we're going to be getting value over that, and it's only 4 cents better. Of course, every cent adds up, so don't get me wrong. Yo, what's going on, Revision? I bet on honestly wherever we find expected value, brother. So I don't go out of my way per se to look for soccer bets, but with that being said, when there is expected value, I do bet on soccer. So if you got anything you want me to look at from a game perspective, I'll gladly pull up the odds screen so you can take a look at it. So there's some MLS on the odds screen. Also, there's every soccer league on the odds screen, but on my EV calcs, I have some MLS set up. So yeah, I would say I bet on soccer, I bet on everything. Absolutely. Oh, no worries, bro. Just trying to be a good streamer. I'm relatively new to the streaming game, so chat's popping in with questions. I got you, dog. I absolutely got you. Kurtz. Yeah, I think Kurtz is a leg, just because we are going to be getting expected value there. Nick Kurtz, batter props. Let's see. Now I'm curious because I want to click in here, pull it up. What did we sweat? And we bet a 10 about 1100. We got bet a plus 1100 one as well. It was like plus 1092, so close to that we had. And I got to find a way to like pull up like the bet slips on the computer. I feel like that shouldn't be that difficult. I'm just a little bit of a boomer with the tech. So the Kurtz is plus 130 at the over. It's not the 1+. Oh, and that just dropped to their book. So let's get that in quickly. Okay. Let's put that in quickly. Plus 130. Now we need one more leg. We can go to Bobby. I mean, we were looking at him earlier. We were looking at Bobby. Let's see let's see if it's come back. 135. 122 is the market average. Yeah, bro, we do some arbs. We absolutely do arbitrage. Pick the odds. The platform I'm using has a lot of arbitrage betting in it. So we definitely do arbs. I think we lock in Bobby though. And we bet this 3-legger at DraftKings, and we do a Bobby RBI. So we're big Bobby Witt Jr. fans tonight. But we have those 3 legs that we really love. 1+. So this is plus 1062 with the boost plus 1221. So I'm locking it in. We have Corbin Carroll over half an RBI. We have Bobby Witt Jr. 1+ RBI, and we have Nick Kurtz over 0.5 RBIs. I'm saying it so specifically just because the markets vary. Plus 1221. I'm going to find a way for next stream. Probably not for tomorrow because I'm a little, I want to say lazy, but got some stuff to do today. So I think that's a problem for probably next stream next week. But yes, I want to find a way to get the France. Yeah, brother. I don't really know much about the market there. I'm sure it's tough, but I'll show you quickly here. The arbitrage on this tool that we're using, Pick the Odds, is a fantastic tool. And just to let you know, Revision, you're watching on Twitch, and the Twitch only got a couple of guys watching on Twitch, but I got 275 people watching from X right now. So trying to grow on Twitch. So if you have any friends who like to gamble, put me on. Put them on to me, I should say. But this is the arbitrage screen, bro. So you can put in, let's say, $100 for East. These are all live. This is letting you know that the game is currently happening. And if it's we got some pregame. Lineup's confirmed. So let me pause. Things move quickly, as you know. But the best thing about this revision is when there's deep linking with the books. Now Fanatics is showing all these arbs. It's not there. With one click of the button on the screen, none of these are deep link, which is annoying. Oh, here's a good example. If I click this button, it opens up both books for you right on your screen, and you can just bet them immediately. See, as you can see right there, it pulls it right into your bet slip here. And on the other book, it brings you to your bet slip as well. So if you're an arbor, this is really just like as amazing as it gets. This is gonna unfortunately, whoops, boomer there. Yeah, dude, this platform is free to use. There's limitations on the ARB, only 2% max if you use it for the free, but you can like literally build your bankroll if you can use that for entirely free at picktheodds.app. So please give it a whirl, my guy. And I appreciate you tuning into stream. And if you want to follow me on Twitch, because that's where you're watching, I would really appreciate that as well, because I'm trying to get this game going, as you can see. And like I said, I got 287 on X right now. So that's my dog. Be more like Revision. What a great guy. And guys on X, I know like X doesn't really have a ton of engagement per se, like in terms of comments, but like this is the kind of banter I want. I'm talking to my computer by myself in my room, and like I love every second, not gonna lie, but it's fun. And my boy's name's Eric also. That's my dog. He rocks the K, and I love it. I'm a C, he's a K, and just like that, we're best boys. So we just have the FanDuel 30% boost to use, and then we're calling it a stream. But let's pull up the bets that we have taken just so everybody can see. Of course, we have the parlays. I'll read those out manually. But we have Mike Trout, RBI, plus 165. Alex Bregman, 2 plus HRR, plus 110. Varsho home run, plus 725. MGM, excuse me. Boston, San Diego, over 7.5, minus 103. Weisenhurst earned pitcher outs, over 15.5, plus 105. Yelich, HRR, minus 110, over 1.5. And Kansas City Chiefs, first half money line. I just lied for a second. I just noticed. But you guys can see here, Yelich, HRR, over 1.5, minus 110. And then KC, this is minus 138, I want to say. I was only at Rivers, though, so it wasn't available. We're going to pull that up quickly just to like see how that moved and see if we got line value, which I would assume we did, because the market was moving. But sub-market, we don't totally want money line, sub-market, first half in the game. This odd screen, again, if you guys are live guys coming to stream now, this is free. The entire PTO is free, and you can use all the features, but the full no latency odd screen is free until the 19th, so 10 more days. The 136 of Rivers is still there. Again, bet a home run parlay if you're betting that. Yeah, you can. You absolutely can. But arbs move quickly. You absolutely can have it, the old-fashioned way. Have both your books up at all times, monitoring odds. Have maybe a calculator on the other screen, and have them side by side. You certainly can. But with that being said, why not have it be done for you? And over here, I'll showcase for everybody here on PTO on the tools. They have the ARB calculator. So if you are doing it manually, and this is also free as well, Revision, you can put in your stake amount minus 110, and we'll just do plus 120 just for ease, and it will show you your profit on your total payout. And you have this calculator right here, all these calculators as well, all for free on PTO. But absolutely, you can absolutely go into settings and change your change the decimal. Absolutely, for everything, not just the calculator, for literally the entire website. You want decimal odds? I probably should, change the decimal. Honestly, I know a lot more professionals use decimal. I know it's like technically easier as an American if I have been locking it. I grew up on the American, but absolutely rip decimal, and I probably need to convert. So we'll do that. And of course, bro, anytime. But let's lock in this FanDuel boost. Is it MLB only? I didn't even confirm that. I think it is. It is. There's a WNBA boost, but like we can find EV. We do find EV when we can. There's a soccer boost. I'm not going to do it now because I actually have to hop off stream. Like, I'm already 20 minutes over, but we're having a freaking blast. So why would I hop off? But I do. I have a meeting coming up in about 9 minutes here. So that's my guy, Revision. I mean, bro, it's awesome. Picktheodds.app. You see it on the banner down low. If you're on all social medias, bro, follow me at GoBetSmart. Let's do a little refresh. I'm not looking at first half. That's why I'm like, what's not showing? Because there's a first 5 would be the answer. But we need one more bet for the FanDuel 30% boost. What is that going to be? Let's find out. Double play there, as you saw. This is faster also than like ESPN. Like if you're looking at ESPN, you would still have not seen that there was a double play show up and boom, it popped up there. Raiders was a big insurance runs. We could just bet the Mets. I mean, plus 115 at Caesars is the best price. That's another play, man. Where's Caesars? That's another bet. Let's confirm it's there because Caesars sometimes moves very quickly off of bad numbers. Sometimes they're slow, sometimes they're fast. That's still there. That's a play. That is a play. Family, 100%. Where's Caesars? There it is. Track bet. Mets money line. MYM ML plus 115 Caesar. Okay, boom. We're in for another one, and let's finish up here with good old fashioned expected value at FanDuel. We'll do what we've been doing total. We know what's what at this point. From like what's what from a pricing or from a total perspective and what games are supposed to be high scoring. We haven't looked. Would be bad due diligence on our part to not even like take a look. I mean, like we know because it's a tough matchup for both sides that odds are going to be, runs might be harder to come by, but odds are going to be in our favor. The thing about Schwarber Ribby is like odds are it's coming from a dinger, right? So like at that point, do we not just bet the home run? And there's EV to Penny and BM. Now FanDuel is sharp in the home run market. So the fact that they're willing to hold the best price available. But of course we have Novig and Profit X being beat with good liquidity at Novig. Very good liquidity. Same exact price at Circle. Let's just see how it moved. Because if it did drop, Circa's just been sitting there. FanDuel, little this, a little bit of that, but nothing crazy. Do we call this? Do we take a Schwarbomb and call it a night? It could be that simple. I do have to hop in 3, but that seems forced, boys. I don't want to force anything. Let's look at Bryce. See, 340, better than Penny Bookmaker and Circa, but not as good as Novig. That makes me not like nervous. It's just like from an EV standpoint, it's like this is why when we do it tomorrow, when we go through building our expected value calcs, we're going to try to do our best because I only know what I know. You know what I mean? So if you guys have better DVIGs to use, I am always all ears. I'm just always trying to get better and hopefully get you guys and do it together. But I want to go back here because we were looking at this from a DK perspective. I know I was a little bit tunnel vision, I'll admit. Because there could definitely be value on like a Soto or Alonso or Lindor from DraftKings. Because I was looking like strictly, but I was looking more. See, like this already, FanDuel. I mean, the best price was that Pro line. I don't know how available that is, but let's see what it is with 30% boost because I'm just not, Batter prop Soto Ribby is plus 140, 182. So well above average. But this same negative value there. But this one has gone up in price from as the odds have dropped, I should say. I think Soto Ribby is the play. Let's see what my max is. It's tens. Expected. I locked it, boys. Juan Soto, RBI. That's how we're going to use our boost. So let me run through what we have bet so far, and then we'll bid you. I'll see you guys all tomorrow, of course, for another stream. But we're locking in Juan Soto RBI for the FanDuel boost. If you guys want to do something a little bit crazier with your own boost, I cannot blame you. Especially depending on your bet sizing, your etc. But your risk appetite. But there we go. Juan Soto, 182. I'm going to find a way to and the only reason why I'm not betting it on stream like this is because of my location. Every time I try to bet on PTO, not on PTO, on any book on stream, no matter what I'm using, what's popping, brother? Anytime it just never gets my location. This morning I was trying to gamble. It was so annoying. I was using PTO early morning sesh where I found the Falcons bet that I took, which unfortunately is not available anymore. Also, I bet a Nerfy in the Mets game, which is not available. So actually, I'm just curious the price while we're here. Might as well look at it. Where would Nerfy be on here? I should know this. Oh, total first inning odds. Obviously, where else would it be? I did get under at plus 110. It's not available, so I'm not giving it out. But I was trying to bet on DK. It was 5 in the morning. I don't know why I couldn't sleep, but was up grinding and using PTO. Obviously, the first thing I'm thinking when I can't go back to sleep is let's find some overnight value. And it would not work. And I dropped my phone. Like, I was on my computer, my phone, like it fell between like the crack to my bed and like the wall. And like I could not find it. Like I knew it was there, but I just couldn't find it. It was probably just the fact that it was 5 a.m. And I was just, delirious. And I kept having to re-download and work with like the freaking geolocator and all that. And it wasn't working until I finally got my phone out after like 10 minutes and got in. So quick little side story from the boy, but that pissed me off. I'm sitting there at 5 a.m. trying to gamble, and DraftKings is telling me I'm sitting in the place where I sit and gamble all the time that you can't find my location. Nonsense. Final run through of what we have, boys. I'll read out the parlays after because we have 2 beauties and one straight with the boost. But we have Trout RBI straight, plus 165 MGM. Varsho home run plus 725 MGM. Bregman over 1.5 HRR plus 110 MGM. And yes, there's a theme. If you're betting all these on MGM, please do yourselves a favor and bet some crappy, another home run parlay or something just to keep your account looking pretty good. But we have an over 7.5. San Diego Padres, Boston Red Sox, minus 103 at Novig. If you don't have Novig, App Store, promo code BetSmart, get yourself a 25% deposit match. Carson Wisenhunt over 15.5 outs plus 105, also at MGM. Yelly hitch runs RBIs minus 110. I think that was also at MGM. I'm not gonna lie. KC Chiefs money line, that's at Rivers. That was minus 136. If that's not there, I don't blame you. And Mets money line plus 115 at Caesars. After parlays, if they're still available, please get in for the DraftKings stepped up boost. So we did a 4-legger for the stepped up. That's the minimum number of legs. O'Neal Cruz 2+ HRR. Devers 2+ HRR. Bobby Witt Jr. 2+ HRR. Yelich 2+ HRR. And then for the 3-leg boost on DK, we took Carroll RBI, Kurtz RBI, Bobby Witt RBI plus 1221. And then with the FanDuel boost, Juan Soto, Ribby plus 182. So amazing stream. You guys were awesome today. Thank you guys all for tuning in, all 300 of you guys. Please follow me on X, as well as if you're watching on Twitch, follow on Twitch. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe. But if you're watching on X and you consume YouTube content, at Go Bet Smart on YouTube. We have so much content dropping. I'll be posting it on X as well, but we're trying to go to YouTube. And we need to put up some videos besides the live streams, and that is happening next week. And also, if you guys are going to Bet Bash, please DM me. I'll be there. My partner will be there. We'll be shaking hands, making friends. So please hit us up at Bet Bash. But we'll worry about that next week because we still got to stream tomorrow and get through Monday before we have an awesome week in Vegas. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for all tuning in.